the 420 Perspective, where we take a look at the future of cannabis and the crafted artisan cannabusiness emerging out of the sea of canna giants, awaiting federal legislation. Our laws, our health, our planet. Cannabis will play a big role. Meet the cannapreneurs, the community equity leaders, and the canna economy trailblazers. All right here on the 420 Perspective.
Hello, everyone. It is another episode of the 420 Perspective with Kevin Shakir. And I'm here with Ramon Granados. I hope I got that right. I hope I did all right with your last name. And again, you are with the Hemp Engineering, for lack of a better word, incorporation. I'm going to let you do the honors of talking to our audience and letting them know exactly what you're doing and why I brought you here, which is a real important part, which is the hemp event that you're going to have. And take it away.
Thank you, Kevin, for your kind invitation, and it comes handy in the moment that we in Hemp Engineering are promoting this coming Saturday, the Hemp Home Expo, where we have gathered approximately 29 CEOs and pioneers from all over the world to talk exclusively about hemp home construction and construction materials made from hemp. We believe that there is enough technology right now to complete build. Should I say this rightly? We have the technology already to build homes completely out of hemp. The only thing that we would need to basically to complete the full cycle of the construction material that we would require is the windows. Other than that, we got plastic hemp to do all the conduits and the piping. Plastic hemp can also be used for structural members, door frames and window frames. Hempcrete is also can be used for wall insulations. Hempwood can be used for as timber. And moreover, we in Hemp Engineering are developing a hemp battery that will also eventually will be part of the overall design. So when we talk about complete self-sustainability or circular economy, this exposition is for you. This is exclusively for, not exclusive for architects or engineers. This is for everyone. Our intention is to educate the masses, and that is why we are charging $7 per person. A similar event like this before coronavirus hit used to cost just about $700 per person. So it is a pleasure for me once again to be in your program and reach your audience, and ask you kindly to all of us come and join us.
Yes, and again, can you tell them where they need to go to actually find the, again, virtual seminar that's going on about, again, Hemp Home Expo?
Yes, hemphomexpo.com. You are most welcome. Once again, we have people from all over the world, actually 12 countries, 4 continents. We organized this in a very short time, only in 4 weeks, and the answer has been overwhelming. Actually, it got us, we were not fully prepared to deploy and be the best organizers or hosts as possible, but we do have a good team, and we will manage to get this for all.
Yes, and we appreciate you actually joining forces with us to get out the word about hemp. I think that's a beautiful thing. We also, here at the 420 Perspective at ACN TV, 420, we want to host more hemp events. I think when it comes down to it, it's all about the knowledge getting out there about the hemp and products from that formulate the hempcrete, the plastics, the actual glues, and all of that stuff. It's all biodegradable. And again, that's one reason why we come on here on the 420 perspective. We're in the Central Valley of California, so the ag industry right here it's only using 7% of the ag land to produce hemp and cannabis products. So there's so much more that we can put into that. And your model over in I just want to let everyone know, Ramon is over in Australia. We are talking, I'm here late night, you're there early in the morning. And it's important for me to get this word out. When you asked me if there's a way for me to get the word out, I said, well, I think I got the right solution. So
thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
Hey, and all I gotta say, Ramon, is thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Because, folks, he is definitely talking about the engineering aspect of the hempcrete. In other words, this is not just a fly-by-night situation. Hemp has been used to build in construction for eons, and I know that you can address that a little bit more. Can you actually, and I know you're on a short time schedule, can you explain the properties of hemp?
Well, hemp itself as a plant is a full miracle given by the universe to humans. Since the beginning of times, the relationship between humans and cannabis has been hand by hand. We have used it for everything. Lately, after this agonizing prohibition, is engineers and hippies has joined forces together and are in, I would say, in a research development mode, because we are rediscovering the properties of this marvelous plant. It is wise to say that in 1940s, the United States banned industrial hemp for primarily to favor the corporations all around the world. And that action has basically depleted the resources, the forest, and the air on Earth. So hemp or cannabis is the answer for this. Why? Because as a starter, if we build our homes from hemp, hempcrete itself is fire resistant. It is highly insulated. It is one of the best construction materials that human beings can ever come across. As an engineer, when I discovered hemp 4 years ago, I quit a 26 years career in the oil and gas industry. I used to design and build refineries all around the world. I find in this plant redemption, because I know we can heal the world with this plant.
I totally agree with you.
In this moment, hemp engineering is blessed to have clients or assisting projects in remote countries such as Mongolia, where they're designing ready to build a yurt made out of hemp. We have clients in Malaysia where they are about to start building an eco-village completely from hempcrete or hemp. We have clients in Sydney. We have clients in Puerto Rico. So yes, definitely this is a great start for, not as a company, but as a whole, for everyone to know that this is a lead to all of us to follow. When we build with concrete, the main problem that the industry is facing is that the banks of sands are being depleted. You need to go farther and farther to get sands, and the cost of construction are being really impacted in countries where you build with concrete. In the United States, where you primarily use timber for home construction, that soon is going to be a history. We can build homes or the structure of them made out of hemp wood. It's a substitute of the timber itself. So when you think about it, when you grow hemp for this kind of construction materials, we have the power to stop the cutting trees, because the hemp itself has the power to capture carbon, which is a big problem, and therefore we can create a complete circular economy based on cannabis when we talk only about construction. I'm not talking about medicine, I'm not talking about textile, I'm not talking anything else. I'm just talking about that we can literally grow our homes.
That is incredible. And these are facts that, again, with you traveling all over the world, doing major construction and understanding the real materials, as I go out and really actually am acting as a messenger in sorts and an actual conduit between knowledge and folks that have the knowledge that need to really reach the folks that don't. I really appreciate you again coming on and explaining to some of the folks that are viewing us right now, and then some of the folks that will be viewing us in the future. And as we continue to talk about Hemp Creek and other products, but Hemp Creek especially, I've been following that particular product and what it does. And I know here in the U.S., and especially in California, where the construction laws are really strict and we have the housing boom that's going up, the cost of wood has risen, and the forests right now are really going through a lot of climate change because of the fires that have happened. So we have to start thinking about using other materials, and hemp can be that conduit.
I absolutely agree with you. And that is why I, as an engineer, once again, and I don't want to sound, but it's very important that the industry brings more professionals so we can standardize and bring engineering codes so that we can gain access to the financial system so people can buy their homes from hemp. That is a fact. In areas such as California and Australia, where we suffer intensively a problem of fires, this is a solution. This is the solution. There is no more solution. There is no shortcuts or else. We can literally build our home from hemp. When the politicians of the world understand that this is beyond their paycheck, then we can start talking a good revolution for all of us.
Right, and I think it always boils down to how much money is generated in the system, and there is a disconnect because we're so conditioned to use certain materials, and so the newer materials that aren't new, they're just things that we need to start using. The big important part I think that folks need to really understand about Hemp Creek is the fire retardant side of that.
Yes.
Can you break that down? Because I know coming from an expert, it will sound better. I can talk as a layman, but I think you can.
Well, the experiments that we have done and other companies that have done around the world, we have gained the similar results where we can basically show the world that hempcrete could potentially triple the amount of time to resist the fire. And because of hempcrete, it's got the breathing capabilities, allows if the fire hits, it can get the gases out of the house, and also prevent them to come in, at least for 2 or 3 hours, which is, from the concrete perspective, it is impossible. Concrete is it's an agonizing material. I don't think in the next 20 years or so we'll be surviving anymore because of the problem of the sun itself. And hemp will basically or literally take over the market.
I do concur too. I have seen some amazing things that have came from just the plant and the materials that can be used. You know, and I will save some of this for later shows. Again, we could talk all night. I would love to really talk to you a little bit more in depth about the hempcrete, because I really believe in that product, and I think as far as sustainability, and we were talking about building affordable housing, it can definitely be used. And the whole thing is the construction side of it. Now, maybe we need to talk about just briefly about the construction side. How long does it usually take to build a hemp project? I mean, whether it's home or versus maybe commercial.
Well, to answer that question, it all depends. We are targeting to build cities rather than to build just one house.
Oh,
I would like to extend once again to your audience to come on board to the expo, hemphomexpo.com. For a price of a cup of coffee, I will assure you that you will learn more than any other event. This is unique. This is the first of its kind event on earth. So, I did it as an experiment, but I'm very sure it will have a positive impact in many years to come. The people that are coming on board to help, it is unbelievable. It is 28 CEOs pioneered from 12 countries, 4 continents, and those specific questions will be not only answered, but we will be able to show the audience details that they could not even imagine.
wonderful, wonderful. Again, I know that you are pressed for time, and I appreciate you coming on to the 420 perspective. Did you want to, again, leave them with the information on what time and where they can get their tickets or their register for the
Yes, Kevin, the webpage is called HempHomeExpo.com. All you need to do is just click the button to buy the ticket, and you will be addressed to Eventbrite, and then you will get your Zoom link, and we will be starting to broadcast at 3 o'clock on Saturday, Perth time, Perth Australia time, and we will be broadcasting for 12 hours straight. We will start with Sydney, then Perth, then we will reach Mongolia, Thailand, Malaysia, then Nepal will be joining us, India will be joining us, and Europe will be joining us, and finally we will arrive in the United States with Canada, Argentina, Colombia. So this is very exciting. I am very happy that you have invited me for this unexpected interview in your
that's what I do. I'm really trying to again bring some the community in with the world. I think as we are in a very unique situation here in the Central California area as being ag based, I definitely wanted to bring on an expert such as yourself, an expert in hemp engineering. I have talked to some folks that are thinking about converting their farms or little pieces of their farmland into hemp, and they're wondering because they're always talking about CBD, CBN, selling the oils. And what we have to understand is the plant is bigger and bolder than just oils in smoking or consumption.
We can still do that, no problem at all. But the remaining of the harvest, it is gold for us. What is trash for them, it is gold for us because we can transform this in technology and for the benefit of everyone. We can help to solve the problem of homelessness. We can solve the problem of third world countries' housing, but we can also build mansions with hemp.
Well, again, and I'm going to try to say your last name, Ramon Granados, again, engineering expert. We are here. I'm late night. He is early in the morning. It is a pleasure, my friend. Blessings to you over in Australia. Again, we are bringing this to you from the 420 perspective. Please join our new live stream right here on the allcannabisnetwork.com. So go to allcannabisnetwork.com. We are live 24/7 with, again, your knowledge base for education on cannabis, hemp, and all things made from the plant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For coming on with us again.